in the ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday. Lots going on here in Lincoln. Lots to talk about. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. Honda Lincoln hotline if you have questions or input. We've got a special guest that will join us here in a moment. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Again, the Starter Heyman video stream is up. You can catch what's going on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and now Twitter Live. Twitter Live, where you can see the show. Those two words we keep mentioning, Ticket TV. The next greatest thing. Mark Onweiler, you had the look on your face.
No, it's coming. I was just thinking we're going to be having some fun streaming some video later today, too.
Yeah, Ticket TV.
That's the plan anyway.
Yeah, weather permitting and conditions permitting, we'll go down and do BP with DP. Got Steve Taylor's coming down, Strick, of course, who was in the Marlins organization. Steve Taylor was drafted by the Yankees. To come down and take some hacks. I will try to resist. I make zero promises. The
missus isn't in town, is she?
She is not. I am unsupervised.
Yeah, that's bad.
I am unsupervised, and it is a problem.
Yep.
It is a problem, I'm telling you. Superfan Jeremy is going to come down and take some hacks as well. So we'll have, and I think Brant Banks from the football team is going to come down. And as he said, I'm here just to beat up the cheap seats in the berm. He says, I'm just here to hit bombs. And at 6'7", 315 pounds, big Texas kid. He says he can swing it. So we'll see what kind of
we'll see
what kind of rake he's got. But let's get to our guest straight from South Carolina and the new skipper of the Lincoln Saltdogs. Let's bring in Brett Jodie. Brett, how you doing this morning?
Doing well, guys. How are y'all?
We're good. See, he went straight South Carolina on us. Oh, you went straight South Carolina. How y'all doing? That brings me home. Let's talk about it. Give the folks a little bit of the history. The kid from South Carolina who ends up in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's quite the tour. Let's start at home in your career, getting to college and through Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? To end up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and have not spent too much time in the Midwest until the last 2 years, and very fortunate to be here and love this place. But born and raised in South Carolina, and stayed local. Went to the University of South Carolina. Had some choices to go outside of the state, but wanted to kind of help get that program back to where it could be, and help propel that. So, and then a little old boy from South Carolina, I got drafted by the Yankees in the 6th round my junior year, which. That was a team, not to go too much in depth, that's a team that you just thought was kind of untouchable. You never really thought of coming from the South like that. You thought of, maybe the Braves or the Reds or whoever, but you never really thought of the Yankees. That seemed like a team that, like I said, that Babe Ruth and some of these other guys played for, but not some guy from South Carolina. So that was a cool experience to be drafted by them, and went through their organization up to the major leagues with them for a brief time, and was traded to the Padres, played with the San Diego for a little while, and then ever since then, pretty much I was collecting a couple of shoulder surgeries along the way, and career got cut a little bit short, but started getting into coaching, and I was in the Atlantic League for 15 or so years, and now they turned into a AA affiliate for the Yankees. So last year I was looking for a place to manage, and very fortunate that this job came available. I've always heard good things about Lincoln and the American Association, so something that I really jumped at, and got to know Charlie and Mr. Abel and their family, and it's been a pleasure working here. And so that's in a nutshell, short little story about, I guess, me and kind of my path as far as in baseball.
Brett, give me a little. How much time have you spent in Lincoln? Again, you take the job and you go through the training, but then you hit the road. How much time have you actually spent here?
Yeah, not a lot, really. I mean, last season, but you're on the road half the time, and with these bus rides and the travel and everything's kind of a blur anyway. So you don't get too many days to actually experience Lincoln. When my family came out last year, that was when I probably did the most sightseeing or whatever. I tell everybody I'm pretty boring. Other than that, I really don't go anywhere. I just kind of do my job, go to the field, and try to win a ball game. But so yeah, you're talking about a few months, I guess, is what I've actually been in Lincoln and tried to experience what it's about here. But like I said, the people are very similar to South Carolina, just as far as just being very nice. They love their sports, love Nebraska football, obviously, and they like to drink some beer. So I mean, you can't really go wrong there.
Have you been by Memorial? Have you gone and done the tour of the football stadium?
I've not done the tour, but I did go to the Garth Brooks concert last year, so I was able to look around with that. But no, I didn't do a tour. I did do a tour though and I'm not sure what the name of it is, but where the volleyball and gymnastics and all those things are. I did tour that facility, and man, it was amazing. That was something, because my daughter's a volleyball player. She's actually playing in Orlando right now in some big tournament. I think they're playing a team actually from Nebraska here in a little while, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, we toured that facility, and it was unreal, man.
It's interesting now because the game of baseball is in that place where minor leagues are changing, the major leagues inclusion and its investment in the minor leagues is changing. From your perspective, as a guy that's you've been in and around Major League Baseball for 20 plus years. For you, are you happy with the way business is being done for minor league baseball in America?
Simple answer, no. I don't like the way it's moving, and there's a lot of different directions we can go with this conversation. Obviously, I think there needs to be some improvements in the minor leagues, which I think they're taking the right steps for that, as far as treatment of the players, looking out for housing, maybe some decent meals to eat, things like that.
Yep.
So I do think they're looking out for that, and I think that's a good thing, because I can tell you stories about what I came through. I came from SEC baseball in South Carolina, and it's probably a lot like Nebraska here. They treat you really well in the SEC.
Yep.
You go to the Yankees, which is a phenomenal organization, and it takes until you maybe get to AAA, definitely the big leagues, but it takes a long time before you actually see better treatment. I'm not talking about like the coaches and stuff like that. I'm just talking about like food or taking care of you or getting the proper whatever, nice facilities, whatever. It takes a little while to get those things in minor league baseball. At least we're talking about 20 some years ago, so obviously now it's improved. So those things are getting better, and I think that's a good thing. But some of the other things, some of the analytical things, how that's moved or whatever. And I like the fact they're bringing in computerized equations to try to figure out who can play and who can't and stuff. But you also still need the baseball people involved. So I don't like some of those things. Then with the restructuring, getting rid of some of the minor league teams, and then the draft is only 20 rounds now. There's a lot of movement, and you throw COVID into the mix, and it's been a whirlwind of changes. And it's we're trying to navigate that landscape, and it affects us as well with independent baseball and things like that. So it's tough. So there are some positives coming out of it. There are some negatives. I don't try to sit back and play armchair quarterback or critique much. I just, I'm looking at it now because you asked me about it, but I really don't. They're going to do what they want to do, and I'm going to, try to make the best out of it as I can and keep it a positive. But, if you're asking my opinion, I don't like some of the movement that's going on, but other things are okay.
Talking to Brett Jodie, skipper of the Lincoln Saltdogs, and you're right. There's so much behind it. You talked about the analytics, but for you, for former players who mentally never got to spend your bank account, right? That you still physically you had the surgeries, but mentally you still feel like you had some left. When you look at players and specifically pitchers, when you look at hitters, do you look at them as a former player, or are you looking at them as management from the management perspective?
Well, I'd say both probably. You don't ever want to look at it and kind of compare like yourself to them or whatever. But through my life experiences, through my experiences on and off the field, and through my encounters with a bunch of quality minds and coaches in the game, I've been around some of the best minds ever. You want to be able to share that knowledge with people. So you don't make it about yourself, but you look at somebody and maybe they're, going through, a mental issue or a physical issue, or just not pitching well, performance type deal, or learning a new pitch, or a hitter struggling at the plate. I always say whatever separates these people, it comes down to the mentality. A lot of people can have success, for a little while, but can you sustain it and how do you weather the bad spells, right? Like how do you wear an 0 for 15 with 10 strikeouts in there and still come out to the park and you look like that confident guy and you're going to get it done that night. And that's the difference. That's what separates the big leaguers a lot of times. So I enjoy that part. I was a psychology major at South Carolina, and I really enjoy the mental part of it. And I enjoy trying to be more well-rounded. I'm not just X's and O's where we're hammering out baseball in there. I want somebody to come in my office and talk about some issues they may have at home, and I want to see if I can help them with those things. So, and I've had those myself. So I'm not just one-dimensional. I try to be well-rounded where you really help develop these guys into great players, great people off the field, and just help them with any issues they may have on or off the field. And that's kind of what I take pride in doing. But that's why I'm doing it. I feel like I have a lot to give in that sense. And like I said, God has blessed me with a lot of to be very fortunate to be around so many great minds and have great experiences myself and have success and have failure and have pain and have it feeling good and stuff like that. So I have all those things, so I'm relatable, I guess, with these guys. And again, not to make it about me, and I don't talk about myself, but it gives me the knowledge and insight to be able to help these guys because I've felt what they're feeling now, or I've been through a lot of things they're going through. And everybody's unique, and everybody has a different story, and you have to kind of meet them where they're at. They're not quite ready, maybe sometimes, to be where you're at. So you got to go to their place and treat them as an individual because that's who they are, and handle them that way. And that's the fun part about it. I really enjoy that aspect of it.
Coach, I'll ask the question because usually it helps me identify who coaches are. You spend more time on the good or on the bad?
Yeah, I'm very positive. I like to focus on the positive. So whether there's some bad that's happening or whatever, we're still going to find the silver lining in that and talk about the positive. And if there is something bad, we try to make light of it a little bit. We do need to, talk about it so it doesn't happen again, but we kind of, make fun of it or make it a joke a little bit or have fun with it. So they're not taking it so hard. I'm not in for somebody, I don't want them to turn around, have their head down and walk away. You want them to feel good about things. So obviously there's tough love and you got to be honest. You can't just, act like it's a doggone carnival all the time, but so you need to tell them the truth and they need to learn from their mistakes, but there's a way to approach it and talk about it where they still feel positive and still feel good about things when they walk away. And I always say that you need to let people walk away feeling good about some things. So you might give them a couple things to work on, but then you pump them up about some things they did really well or some things you really like or whatever. So I always try to play that, and you can read their body language and look in their eyes and stuff like that and kind of see how they're accepting that information as well. And then you decide, can you give more? Do you have to back off or whatever? So that's something that I enjoy as well.
Coach, how do you deal with the injury situation? You guys, it's tough being an independent, working with salary caps and budget issues and trying to get the right players in, the right fit in, the right type of personality to fit into your family. You've had some injuries on this up and down this roster. How are you getting through?
I'll tell you what, it's a good question, and it's independent baseball is one of the hardest things you'll ever do unless you experience it yourself. See, minor league baseball, major league baseball, yes, everybody's trying to win, but you have a farm system. You can pick up players. You have basically unlimited resources, so you can go out and do whatever you need to do or spend money on whoever, and you have people in your organization. Independent baseball, you have the team you have, and you're really not – in this league, you're not allowed to have really over that amount. It's tough to kind of keep extra players around. And so how do you weather that storm when guys get hurt or picked up? And it's very tough. You got to constantly be looking for other players, to fill in if there are injuries. But then what do you do with those injured people? You only got 2 DL spots. And like I said, some of the league rules make it kind of tough. And then, you're talking about a budget as well. Well, not to get into all the X's and O's of it because it gets kind of complicated, but if the guys aren't on the DL long enough, they still count towards your budget as well. So you're taking a hit on your salary cap. And by the way, the salary cap is not very high.
Right.
It's extremely low, and that's tough to get top-notch talent for, not a lot of money. So it's an extremely tough job. It really is. I'm not saying that just because I'm doing it. I just know it and I've lived it, and I wish a lot of people could experience it to see how hard it is. I remember I had a fan in Somerset one time, yell down there and say, Brett, you got to get this guy out of there, man. And I'm like, and talking about a pitcher on there on the mound that's getting hit around a little bit. And,
Right.
and I'm thinking to myself, he's right. Like, I want to, but I can't because I have nobody down there. I have 0 people down there to pitch. And then he said, well, at least make a mound visit. And at the time, we weren't allowed to make mound visits in the Atlantic League. So I was like, he's right about that, too. So I'm sitting there laughing at the rail, like, listen to this guy yelling at me behind me. And I'm like, he's exactly right, but I can't do anything about it, you know? So there's times that those things happen where, yeah, I know I need to make a pitch and mover. I know I need to get this guy out of the lineup, but I can't because we don't have anybody else. So it's a never-ending process. It's continual. Very rarely will you ever have the team exactly how you want it. And if you do, it only lasts for a day or two usually. Like I said, I can count on one hand how many times I've had the team exactly how I want it in all my years of coaching. So it's a never-ending process. It's very tireless, and it's tough, but it also makes it fun, especially if you're rewarded for it by winning some games or accomplishing a playoff berth and obviously, winning the entire thing. That it really comes to a climax then, and it's all worth it. But that's tough. You're talking about 1 out of 12 teams that actually are happy at the end because only one team's going to win the last game of the year. So it's tough.
Coach, it's interesting. I mean, through 35 games, you don't have any players who've played all your games. That's how much management you have to do that you haven't been able to put the same line, any player in the lineup every day. That's remarkable.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes already. I've said I feel like we're 135 in right now compared to last year even. And I've had years like this, and I told our assistant coaches last night, I'm like, it's going to be like this all year. I've been here, I've done this, and that's just how it's going to be. It's not like it's going to fix itself and we're going to be fine the rest of the way. Like, we're going to have to keep scrambling and keep making moves and doing what we have to do to make this thing work. And then our guys are working hard, and we're trying to make that happen. And then our players are playing through a lot of bumps and bruises and injuries. I mean, we have guys that can steal bases, but they can't run right now, and people don't know that either. Why are they jogging to first? Well, because that's all they can do right now,
Right.
But they're really good hitters. Like, they got a chance to hit a home run at any time. So it's been tough to navigate, and the pitchers the same way. I think we have maybe 3 college guys in the starting rotation right now that we just picked up recently. And I say college guys, I'm not saying that to make fun of it. They are good quality arms that we're hoping might get drafted still coming up, and they're doing a great job for us. But that's just what we've had to do lately to make up for some of these. I think we lost 3 or 4 arms last week. So it's been a lot of making up and a lot of learning on the fly, and we're trying to do the best we can.
Coach, can you take us through? You guys just came off a 3-game set on the road, and you get in late, and then you've got your, another homestand sitting here waiting for you. From travel and meals and that sort of thing, can you give us a little bit of the last 12 hours for you guys?
So we played a game last night, which was actually really quick because we didn't score, so we lost 1-0 last night, which wasn't good. But on getaway day, if you're gonna get shut out, that's when you want to do it, is on getaway day. So, and then after the game, I think last night we had, we're in Sioux Falls, we have hamburgers, hot dogs, and French fries, which anybody knows is a nutritious dinner for athlete, So we have that. So we're going on that, and we get in about 2 or 2:30 in the morning, which is not bad at all. That's actually pretty early, and I was able to go to bed at 4, and I got up at 7. So I'm well rested this morning, and everything's good. And I'm actually doing some laundry right now, and I'm trying to watch my daughter on Baller TV play some volleyball, and I'm trying to find an outfielder at the same time. So that's kind of what's going on. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I probably won't eat my first meal until about 1 or so. And that's kind of just the last 12 hours, I guess. I might have given you more than that. I don't know. It all runs together, as you can see.
Oh, no, Coach, I was just thinking about it. Like, been around it long enough to go, this is not a good stretch, which is why I wanted to say thank you for you making time this morning, because I know you are just dog tired.
Man, no, actually, you just kind of go on adrenaline. And look, when you get back home, that's when you can kind of recharge the batteries a little bit. You get in your own, or your so-called own bed. You eat a little bit better. You get on a better schedule. But it is tough. I mean, the trip up to Winnipeg took us 16 hours. So we played a night game. I don't remember what night. I think it was Thursday night here. And we get on a bus. I think we left at 11:45 from Haymarket Park.
Mm-hmm.
and we got into Winnipeg. I want to say 3:30 in the afternoon,
for a 7
and we play
game.
that night.
Oh.
So, and we're on a bus, and it's not a sleeper bus; it's a bus. So it's a regular bus, not a school bus. Now it's a charter, but it's a bus, you know. And if you've been on one of those things, I'm sure you have. They're not great, but
they are not fun, man.
but you know what? I mean, that just shows the resiliency of these guys. They and you got to want it, man. You got to get after it. And you got to embrace that too. That's, you know, one of my speeches at the beginning of the year. You got to not just enjoy the good times when things are going great and things are easy, but you got to find a way to enjoy that long bus ride and get out there and prove your manhood and go out there and get it done on the field, you know. So, and the guys are used to that and they do that, but it's tough, you know. And the older I get, the tougher it gets. I mean, it used to be pretty easy. Now my back's hurting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some recovery required, and
that's right. But it is fun, man. You know, I'm painting this certain picture because you're asking those questions, and there's a lot of good things involved too, and a lot of memories in the locker room and all that stuff that we haven't got into. But there's definitely some behind the scenes. It's a lot of tough things these guys have to go through for a little bit, you know.
For the love of the game. For the love of the
game.
That's
it. And that chance, man, that opportunity, right? Everybody sees the guy on TV making millions. Well, there's that chance, and some of these guys are not far away from that, but it is a process, and it is tough.
Man, it's different. For the listeners who have not made it out to a Saltdogs game, give them a couple of players that they can look forward to seeing if they come out this weekend.
Josh Altman's a guy that's very exciting. He led our team last year with 29 home runs. Plays a good middle infield. Played in the Rangers organization. He's a lot of fun to watch. Really, our lineup top. Randy Norris is a guy that's high energy and one of our outfielders. He leads off a lot of times for us and has been doing a good job for us. Ryan Long, he can hit a home run at any time. So that's some of our, you know, hitters and stuff, and obviously a lot of the guys bring high energy and just really care. Love the fans, love the team, love the organization. Just want to go out there and put on a good show for everybody and win ball games. And then Stephon Moore is a guy that is a reliever for us, and man, he's been dominant. He gets it up to 97 miles an hour from the left side. We're hoping he gets a chance to get back to affiliated pretty soon, which he's been getting some attention. So hopefully he gets a chance at that. And then Kyle Kinman, the guy that's been with us for a few years, local guy from Omaha. He's starting tonight. He's on the hill, and man, I know he's pitcher of the month last year. I don't know if he was pitcher of the year or what, but he led the league in ERA, I believe, and looking, you know, for him to give us a good chance tonight to win the ball game. So he's always fun to watch. So yeah, there's a lot of good things, a lot of fun things. You never know what's going to happen out there either. You know, it's exciting, and heck, I'm excited about watching you guys take some BP today, man. I hear some of these resumes. I may be trying to sign some of you guys.
Hey, Steve Taylor and Strick. Strick can still, I know he can go yard from the left-hand side. Taylor was drafted by the Yankees. Yeah, and you know, me 40 years ago. We could have talked about it before all the pins and screws took place. Coach, so when will you make a decision on whether you guys are going to take BP? Because the thunderstorms kind of came in and they said there may be some more. How do you make that? How and when will you make that decision?
Yeah, I stay in touch with Kyle Truitt, our head groundskeeper, and this I look at the radar as well, and we kind of come up with a game plan, and it's always on until it's not. So we'll plan and move forward like we're going to do it. I've already announced to the whole team that we're going to do it, and we're excited to see you guys out there and take some BP with you guys and cut up with y'all. So looking forward to it. So yeah, it's on until it's not. And one thing I've noticed though about this, you're not having too much time in this Midwest, but man, this weather's been crazy this year.
Yep.
I think we finished the game the other night. Last pitch was thrown. We're walking off the field and the tornado sirens go off, and half the team's looking at me like, well, what is that noise? I think that's a tornado siren. So not to laugh at it, it's not funny, but it's just the weather's been really crazy. A lot of thunderstorms. We had hail on the field the other day, and you know, it's been crazy. So nothing surprises me, but hopefully we can get it in and everything's fine. And like I said, we definitely look forward to it.
7:00 first pitch down at Haymarket Park. Coach, thank you, kind sir. We'll see you around 4 this afternoon.
Sounds good. Look forward to it, guys.
All right, good stuff from Brett Jodie. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. I'm gonna try to resist, Mark. I make no promises though, because
You really should make that promise.
My inner 12-year-old is just like, no, you gotta go.
Yeah, but as Rico likes to say, you're more machine than man at this point.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Becky will call me at like 3:50 and just
give you that last reminder.
Well, what she's gonna do is she'll send me a video of them with my bicep open.
Yeah, right.
And then with the 2 splintered ligaments pulled out, just to remind me of how much I went through just to get back to pseudo normal.
Yeah. You can keep that video to yourself, by the way. I don't need to.
She keeps it on her phone. It's like she's got it ready. She's like, yeah, just so you know. And by the way, she goes, I've got pictures of you from your spinal fusion surgery. So, she's prepared. She's prepared.
Good,
she knows
good.
her husband. He's a bit of an idiot. And he'll have to be talked off the ledge. So we'll throw it to break. Good stuff from Brett Jodie from the Lincoln Saltdogs. More 101 when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
It's time to start thinking about what's next. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Southeast Community College wants to be part of your conversation. SCC Discovery Days give you an immersive look at our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford. Come take a tour, meet our instructors and students, ask questions, and see all the new things SCC has been doing and building in the last few years. See more and register online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. Your path to possible.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Guys, let me tell you about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. I did their 10-week challenge, and I lost 36 pounds. I got stronger, I got fitter, I got healthier. Their proven method combines kickboxing, strength training, nutrition, and personalized coaching to set you up for success. The only thing you need to be asking is, why didn't I do this 10 weeks ago? The next challenge begins on July 9th, and you can join for half off by mentioning the ticket. Head to fxblincoln.com to learn more and join the 10-week challenge with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping for 50% off.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sauter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Gretna forward Allison Marshall has been chosen as the Gatorade Player of the Year for Nebraska in girls soccer. It makes the third straight year that a Gretna player won the girls award for State Player of the Year. Sarah Weber earned the nod in the previous 2 seasons. At the Nike Track and Field Outdoor Nationals in Eugene, Oregon last weekend, Jalen Lloyd of Omaha Westside was the only competitor to jump over 25 feet in the long jump and over 50 feet in the triple jump. Lloyd won the Nebraska All-State Championship in the long and triple jump in May. For Thursday's results of the senior division of Legion Baseball, Dickinson, North Dakota defeated Carpetland 9-6. Hickman Post defeated Strike Zone 14-4, and Topeka defeated Bellevue Post 8-5. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to One-on-One. I want to thank the folks from Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Was there yesterday. Was meeting Ramel Rock Lloyd Sr. And his lovely wife and his mom. They're all in town getting Ramel Jr. all settled in to his dorm. A couple of things were pointed out, and I didn't know, but there are only 2 freshmen on this team, on this roster. Everybody else is an upperclassman.
So new roster, but experienced roster is what you're saying.
Yeah, that there are only 2 players who are staying in the dorm.
Oh, wow. It's interesting to put it that way.
Right, there's only 2 players in the dorm.
I assume they're rooming together.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to at that point.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, there was a lot of that discussion. And then, of course, I called Strick, and I'm like, hey, we're down at Mary Ellen's. And so Strick and Rock played against each other in the infamous Drew League out in California, and then several Vegas leagues and LA summer pro leagues, which used to happen out at the Pyramid at Long Beach State University.
Okay.
Pyramid is this great basketball facility, man. It was amazing, set on the harbor in Long Beach, California. And I was the voice of that summer league. So again, in the preemptive days of streaming, right, where you weren't actually they were actually broadcasting all of the games. There was internet TV, there was net TV that broadcasted the games from both the Rocky Mountain Review in Salt Lake City, which was an NBA summer league for 16 teams. And then you would go to Long Beach, and then the Lakers hosted it. The Clippers participated and were kind of the co-hosts, but quite frankly, they weren't getting their due. It was kind of like them at Staples Center during Showtime.
I mean, it's basically the entire history of the Clippers.
Right.
Yeah, we're here too.
We're here. Hello. But I called a couple of games with both Rock and Strick in them, which was fantastic back in the day. And then, of course, that led to my engagement while I was still with the Utah Jazz, I was being recruited by the Clippers. And those summer days out in LA and I'm telling you, it's dudes. Like, it was dudes out there. As a matter of fact, I called the very first game that Andrew Bynum played as an LA rookie.
Wow.
And I called the game with Craig Hodges, and it was a blast. But Strick and Rock chopped it up and, told stories on each other and talked about, the state of basketball here in Lincoln. I can tell you, if I was Eric Strickland, immediately, if you think your kid has something, I would reach out. I can get them there soon, because the basketball IQ at that table, I just sat in the corner and let them talk.
Oh yeah, that's some high level dudes here.
Like I just leaned back against the wall and let them have at it. So it's pretty funny to have that kind of space and collection. And they talked about, what hopes and dreams for the program and the benefits, having Strickland back in town and him being around it. But I think the two of them together would do some powerful stuff. So, but it was informative. It was insightful.
All I'm hearing is that the two of them need to have a podcast or something.
I don't know how we would do that.
Got some microphones.
We're gonna have 3 opportunities. There are 3 that are in the air where it would be a player and a parent.
Okay.
That we're trying to secure. I'm pretty sure of 2 of the 3. The third one might take a little more wrangling.
Well, I'm gonna assume the Lloyds.
Lloyds would be a great radio show.
That was the jumping off point.
They're basketball historians, right? They're old school, right? If I were going to do the second family, it would be the first. Well, it wouldn't be the first, but it would be a pretty interesting basketball show with a dad and a daughter. And then the third would be we've come to an agreement with the son, but getting the dad is a problem.
Is it a fixable problem?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so. I think you might be able to get dad to make an appearance. But more likely it would be the son and the mom.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Or
here,
the son and the older brother.
Okay.
Who's also a player.
Connect your own dots, people.
I think it would be pretty cool. And then I'm trying to think are there any other currently, so on current rosters at the University of Nebraska, are there any more father or daughter, dad or mom scenarios we could come up
so we're
with?
talking legacies and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Well, depending on what happens with Noonan.
Okay.
That
would be a thing.
That would be a thing.
Who
else we got running around?
Let me go to the woman's roster.
I mean, we should probably just get Carol and Scott Frost in a room together.
I don't think that would. I don't think they would let that happen.
I think that could happen.
I don't think. Yeah. You're funny. You're hilarious. That's just make that call. What were we?
I'll be right back.
What were we thinking? That wouldn't even. What? What do you know, Mark Onwater? What do you know that I don't know?
I know that wouldn't happen.
That would not happen. I think. Let's see here. Yeah, just looking at the rosters, that's kind of where we would go. Oh, we could do another son and mom and son and dad. We lost one in the women's side because Popo left, and so we couldn't get her and her dad, who played for the Miami Heat. So we missed that.
Who left?
Tatiana Popa.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. But we could get Oleg and his mom and dad, who both played college basketball.
Yes.
Right? Because dad was down UNC Wilmington, I believe, and mom may have played UNC Charlotte. There's something along those lines. So maybe you might be able to do that.
I just want Oleg. I mean, parents are gravy, but
it's just Oleg. Yeah. We look,
whatever it takes to get Oleg in here.
I'm fully set in the fact that free Oleg is going to be a thing and an important thing.
I hope so.
When you watch him practice, he's enjoyable. Like he should be a pop icon here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
As soon as he sees the court, he will be.
Right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Total pop icon, shirts and otherwise. How much trouble would we get into for doing Nebraska basketball shirts? Not jerseys, but just shirts that say Nebraska basketball. Can we do that?
That say Nebraska basketball?
Could they say Nebraska on the front and basketball on the back?
Unrelated comments. It's fine.
Right? Could we do that?
Probably okay.
As long as we don't use names.
Yeah,
we could just put
we can't use logos.
We could put basketball.
We can do names if that person is associated with it.
So could we do Lloyd 2 and then on the back it says Nebraska? Could we do that?
Yeah, I assume so. Rico.
He's consistent.
Rico. You had an idea? It was my idea.
Yeah.
That was my idea.
That was my idea.
I want you to know.
Yeah, because the words free and Oleg have never been in the same sentence ever in history of mankind. He is so he's consistent.
Looking forward to seeing him a bit here, Rico.
He is consistent, is what I would say. No, I mean, just to think about that, right? What could we? Because, so one of said sons, if we put their name on the back with Nebraska on the front, not even putting basketball, like I don't think we would need the word basketball, right? You could put that player's name on the back.
Do you need to use a first initial just to be
S?
Yeah.
S.
Yeah, again, as long as the kid's involved, the player, I don't like using the word kid. As long as the athlete is involved,
right,
and signs off on it, gets a little chunk of change back their way from the sales,
right?
I think
little NIL action.
I think that's all in play,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, because it is his name too.
It's his last name too.
It's his last name too.
He has ownership of it.
Wow. Huh. And then maybe we could get a couple of sponsors to put their logos around the name. Right? Like on the back of the t-shirt, right? Or on the back of the jersey, we can go like EuroLeague and have the logo,
right.
the logo, and then the number, the player's number, and then the name on the back with the number with various companies' logo around it.
All in play.
Okay. And we could do that on like a headband too.
Sure.
Right? Like we could do like his name on the headband.
Yeah.
We could probably even have him sign the headband.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Can we get his signature embroidered on a headband?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's his. He did it.
Right.
He signed it. And then we just
had the embroidery skills.
Stitched it.
Yeah.
And then we could put them on our website.
Yes.
On the shopticketfm.com website. Huh.
Someone asks if we can use Nebraska ball. I don't believe so. I believe that word is trademarked. I don't know that for certain, but I believe it's trademarked.
Well, Huskers is trademarked and it's used all over the entire state.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? It's all over the entire state.
Huskers, plural, I think is different than Husker. And I know the word Cornhusker.
Which one is trademarked?
I think plural.
Plural. Huskers.
Yeah, and certainly stylized.
So right, stylized. So if we change the font,
I think that might be in play.
Could we change the font?
That potentially, because it's tricky. The word Cornhusker, the full word Cornhusker, is considered fair use because It's kind of considered a common word. It's also the state motto or slogan or something like that. It's we are the Cornhusker state.
Right.
So the university can't trademark Cornhusker.
Can we?
And I think Husker kind of falls in that
So
line.
if we put Cornhuskers and then the players on the front, and then the player's name, not his father's name,
right? His name,
but his name on the back, and made a jersey. So it would be the players.
Are you guys tired from all this dancing yet?
Oh, I can do this all day.
It's a lot of dancing.
Well, I mean, you want to be considerate and
no, I get it.
It's just people's names.
It's just funny because you pause before you say a lot of. You're just like, wait, how can I say this?
I woke up and chose drama today, Eric.
All you got to do is put a last name, and then you don't even need to put Nebraska. Or basketball. You just put an outline of the state and an emoji basketball.
Well, no, you put
super simple.
You put the state, and then a basketball beneath it.
Yeah, or you put it in it.
Right?
Oh, like the old school free throw lanes and the basketball?
Right?
Yeah.
But you do the basketball tank top.
Yes.
So it looks like a jersey.
So you just have that, because then it doesn't mention anything about Nebraska. So they can't get mad at that. And then you just put a last name, and it's just like, look, this is a
Rico.
This is a decently common last name.
Welcome to the dance.
Yeah, look, you didn't need music.
No, I don't. I just slid right in.
You just slid into the move, man.
That works.
Anonymous Cubs fan says this: having gone through this many times before, trust me, the university will find a way to make sure they get a cut, guaranteed.
I have no doubt. That they'll try.
They can't get a cut of NIL money.
Right, because this is an NIL deal.
As long as we talk to whatever player that the last name is.
Yeah.
And we include them on the deal. The university can
it's their deal.
The university gets nothing.
I mean, it's his money.
Yeah. We're not putting Huskers. We're not putting Nebraska ball. We're not putting, it's just a basketball and the state of Nebraska. Plenty of teams. Teams play basketball in this state.
But then here's the thing. Because I have some legal cachet, I would ask the question, well, why have you excluded me?
Touche.
Why have thou forsaken me, university?
And we can just, the color palette can just be off by a little bit.
Just a little different color. Yeah. Different color red.
Yeah. Different Pantone.
Yeah. Slightly different.
Okay. All right. So we'll go towards the break and ponder. We may dance when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Go to allofiber.com/fiberthings and switch today.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Saltdogs season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
MaxTan is celebrating 29 years with some Max-tastic birthday sales. Get 50% off unlimited tanning, sun, and spray with no contract and no sign-up. MaxTan celebrates 29 years with you with 4 Lincoln locations. Take your tan to the max at MaxTan.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The final 4 minutes of One-on-One this week will firmly be passed over to Rico, and it's 4 minutes. It's actually 3 minutes and 10 seconds of me laughing at the New York Knicks. Because if I was the villain or the rival of the New York Knicks, I could not have drawn up last night with any more comedy and hilarity than it did. It played out in such a way that it was so bad that I sent Rico an apology text for something I did not do.
You and Jay. Well, Jay made fun of me.
Like, I just said, Rico, I'm sorry, Knicks. And that was it. That was the entire text.
So they had the 11th pick. The rumors were swirling. They were going to trade up to 4 or 5 to try and get Jaden Ivey. Didn't happen. Whatever. So I was like, okay, I don't know what they're going to do with 11, but they'll figure out something, right? Drafted a guy out of France who I've learned my lesson. I will not boo. I will not say mean things, but I did say on air last night, I don't know who this guy is. The last time they drafted a Frenchman, it was Frank Ntilikina, and that didn't work out very well at all. And then it was rumored that they were trading him to Charlotte, maybe. I don't know. They traded him to Charlotte, and then that got traded to Detroit with picks and Kemba Walker. And New York somehow came out of all of this with no draft picks until the second round and 5 first-rounders next year.
Rico, can I ask you a question?
You can. I don't know if I'll be able to give you an answer.
It would appear to me, and the texter just asked this question, so I was wondering, is there something underlying on the trades there? Do they get something big because they gave them picks? So, being that it is the New York Knickerbockers, and that they would refuse to take on any additional financial responsibility. That the possibility and likelihood,
If you say the one name that everybody has been throwing out there,
that in order to clear some money and not take on any additional financial responsibility, so that they could bring in Russell Westbrook,
that's not happening.
Nope.
Nope. Hard pass. Nope. Negative, Nancy. That is a negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay,
that is not happening.
So, just for the record,
nope. There are two names that will not happen.
What is going to happen? What are you going to do? What will your response be when it's announced that Westbrook is now with the Knicks?
I will throw myself on the floor and act like a toddler.
As opposed to?
And then when the season and then when the season starts, I will root Russell Westbrook on with all of my heart.
He'll be your guy.
Yep, he'll be my guy.
Yeah.
Immediately.
That's my guy.
But what they did with all the trades and the picks and the not drafting anybody except for the Killian, I don't remember his name. The guy out of Duke is a sharpshooter, whatever.
Yeah.
They freed up cap space because apparently they're going to go after Jalen Brunson.
And that's the move.
Apparently.
That's your move.
Apparently.
That's your move.
That's their point guard.
That's going to help you overtake the Celtics.
Yep. Apparently. It's fine. Everything's fine. As long as they don't sign and trade for Kyrie or trade for Russell Westbrook, whatever.
Rico, if you see Rico in the streets this weekend, give him a hug.
I'm going to need it.
He's going to need it. Captain Show coming up next on the ticket. See ya.